You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video we're going to discuss the happenings of the weekend in terms of Godzilla 2019 or King of the Monsters. And wow, wow. Lots of messages, lots of emails and things of that nature. And just so you guys know, things are a little bit different than it was back in 2013, 2014. My kids obviously are a lot older, so the weekends are pretty much dedicated to my family. And most recently, working on my book, which a lot of you know that I've been working on. In fact, those of you who came to the live stream a couple of weeks back, just to give you an update, we're actually 8 chapters in. And it looks like the book's going to be done by the end of this month, early next month. So I'm really excited about that. But let's talk about what's been going on over the weekend. I was paying very close attention to everything on social media, on YouTube, watching the videos. And I was kind of having a little bit of fun with it. I really was. I sat back and I was really enjoying myself because, you know, there's a lot of channels, YouTube channels and social media outlets, stuff like that, that weren't around in 2014. They're just going to, for the first time, experience what I experienced back in 2013, 2014, myself and other Godzilla channels, but I think mainly my channel because of the way I ran it. You know, other channels are very different. You know, Goji was very into his like collection and other things like his fantasy battles and all that. And then Richie also does his collection videos, and then the Kaiju Cast had their own thing. And then me, I was more on the taking the movie itself and dissecting whatever information we got. So I got to deal with a lot of the kind of shit that I saw this weekend. And I got to say, it was a lot of fun. Looking at everybody go haywire. And we're a year away from this movie. It was quite comical. But you know, people want to know what my thoughts are. Now, everybody knows the deal. It's all about the Rodan Maquette and all these sketches that came out. And there's also been a plot leak, which I'll do that in a separate video. That's going to be hilarious. Wait till you guys hear this one. For those of you who don't know. Yeah, I didn't hear too many people talking about it, but there was a supposed plot leak, and we'll discuss that in the next video. But here are my thoughts on this Rodan Maquette and these sketches. First of all, wonderful pieces of art. Wonderful pieces of art. You know, the Rodan sculpture looks very nice. The art is done well. Facially, he has very cool similarities. And then the sketches are really cool. Except for the Mothra one. You know, in terms of do I think they're legit or not? Look, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to rain on anyone's parade. If you think they're real and you want to believe that, have at it. This is the time that you guys are all supposed to have fun with this stuff. I don't want to sit here and shit on anyone's parade. You guys know I'm not a negative person. I like to be optimistic. If you ask me personally, do I think this is all legit? I don't really like to answer those questions directly because I am very, what's the word, like courtroom type stuff. You know what I mean? I need 100% conclusive evidence that something's real or not. And until we hear anything from Legendary that these are not, or whatever the case may be, I can't sit here and say that they're not legit. Personally, I'm going to say no. And I'm going to say no for one reason. And that's my personal opinion. If you put me in a court of law and I'm trying to run a case, I'm not going to just say that. I'm going to say I need conclusive evidence. But there are some things you guys can try and take into account to get your answer. Number one, that Mothra design. To me, that's the dead giveaway. Because it just does not look anything like what we've seen. And not only that, if that was the Mothra design, I don't think too many people would be very hip to it. You know, even myself, even though it's a cool sketch, it's a cool piece of art. It doesn't even look like a moth. It looks more like a mosquito to me, my opinion. And then the eye on the wing that just looks tacked on. You know what I mean? Like there's certain areas that now I know there's a lot of people arguing because these sketches have apparently been around for a while now. There's a lot of people arguing that these are concept arts and stuff like that, and that probably very true. I mean, who knows? You know, we don't know the deal. You know, I've told you guys, I said it 5 years ago, and I'm going to say it now. We are not in any way, shape, or form in the boardroom with these people. We're not in the workshops and all that working on this stuff. You know, sometimes corporate decisions are to make leaks look intentional or not intentional, but make leaks happen to see what the general consensus is. A lot of companies do that. It is possible that sometimes pictures or sketches or concepts can get leaked intentionally by the production team or by the headquarters or whatever, just so they can get an idea of how people are reacting without directly being involved. So that way they can deny it up and down if people don't like it. Or whether people like it or not, they're going to deny it. But at least they come away with some market research. That's called market researching. That's very common. But in this case, to me, it's too soon. It's too soon. Like, to me, Legendary made a big deal. Legendary, Mike Doherty, the whole production team, whatever. They made a big statement when revealing the Godzilla picture late last week. That statement was, here this is, get ready for some information come San Diego Comic-Con. That's all they really need to do. There's really nothing else they need to do. Whatever decisions they've made in terms of the monsters, I don't want to say they're finalized, but they're almost at the point of no return. I mean, guys, remember, this movie's still a year away. And you'll be surprised what a production team can change within a year. So, yeah, it's possible that it's legit. But the other thing is, if you're showing these pictures off and you get a response from people that is not favorable, now you're giving yourself 6 to 7 months to fix this. And I can't see that. I can't see that happening. So I think it's great artwork. You know, you can argue, well, why would somebody want to make such a detailed and nice, and obviously a lot of work went into the sculpture of Rodan just for an elaborate hoax? Well, there's no guarantee it's an elaborate hoax. It could just be a fan who does this as a hobby and did this some time ago, and they decide they want to play a joke. And if you guys don't think this has happened before, just run through my March of the King playlist of 100 and something videos, and you're going to see there were a lot of hoaxes back in the day that were pretty elaborate. One I can remember, for example, was GodzillaMovies.com got really hoaxed badly into what they thought was footage of the 2014 movie, and then about 12 hours after that person, the supposed source gave him that information, that same person, the source, uploaded a video on YouTube showing how they created that scene via After Effects and Photoshop. And that's why there's two rules I go by when it comes to this stuff. Number one, there's never a reliable source. Unless you can put a name on it, it's not reliable. I actually have one source of information I've had since 2014 who's always fed me a buttload of information. I never share it. Because I can't put his name on it. And I don't like to be the one that says, yeah, this came from reliable. I don't know. If they don't have the confidence to put their name on it, you know what I mean? Then why should I put my name on it? You know? And it's not to say that this person hasn't fed me great information. Pretty much everything they fed me has been legit. And some of it is just, a lot of times it's just like ahead of the curve stuff. Like, for example, when there were certain, it's still kind of giving it away. So anyway, never mind. I don't want to do that. But that's why, like, even though he's asked me in the past, don't say anything, and if you do, don't put my name on it. I just don't say anything, period. I just don't. And it's nothing crazy. It's not like inside information on what the actors had for lunch or anything like that. But it's some pretty privy information that could get him in trouble. And I don't bother with it. You know what I mean? So because I don't like the term reliable source. There is no such thing as a reliable source. That case in point with the whole GodzillaMovies.com thing. So that's number one. The other thing I've learned is that it's all bullshit unless it has a legitimate stamp on it. Here's an example of a legitimate stamp. You guys all remember this, right? This is called a legitimate stamp. Empire, just like we got, this is the magazine. This was the first drop last year when we finally got a really good look at Godzilla. You guys remember this? Unless it has an official stamp of a reliable media outlet or the movie company itself, chances are it's not true. And I say chances are with emphasis because there is always that chance that it could be true. Like I said, there is such a thing as market research where the companies will leak their own stuff. That way they get an idea of the response from their potential audience. So in terms of these sketches and this sculpture, I would say have fun with it. It's nice artwork nonetheless. And I would just say just wait. I'm not going to sit here. If you want to believe it's real, have at it. This is the time for you guys to have fun. I'm going to take a wait and see approach. You know what I mean? You guys know I do like to speculate, but I like to speculate based on the movie and based on information we do know. That's where I kind of have my fun. You know, getting whatever information the movie gives us and then coming out with my own potential conclusions. And there have been some times that we've done pretty good on the channel with that stuff. We've actually called quite a few things, and of course we've gotten things wrong, but I always expect to get things wrong. The fun part is when you get some things right, and that's why I like doing it. So in terms of these sketches, cool artwork. If you put me in a court of law, I'm going to just probably go down the middle and say unless I have conclusive evidence. There's no conclusive evidence either way. There's certain things you can pick apart. There's certain things that you could debunk, but you know, then I've seen so many times where a company will purposely leak their own stuff just for the sake of market research. That enough times I've seen that I just can't 100% say it's not legit. I can say that whether it's legit or not is not going to change anything in terms of we got to wait regardless. So I would say just have fun with it if you want, but always keep an open mind. Take everything with a grain of salt, you know, but until you get the official stamp, whether it's from Legendary, whether it's from a big media outlet, always look for the official releases of things. You know, like we got something else here. Remember the official release of this book too. This is legit. These are things you want to look for when you're looking for information. And right now it's way too early to be getting that kind of stuff. We might get our first piece of it come Sunday. I mean this Saturday. But yeah, I think it's, you know, it's good artwork. I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna shit on anyone. If you think it's real, hey man, you might be right, and kudos to you if you think it's real. Just try and read between the lines. You know, everybody on the internet wants to be the first one with the information, and everybody on the internet wants to have all the attention, and everybody on the internet likes to play jokes. You know, there was a lot of elaborate jokes back in 2013, so just take everything with a grain of salt. It was a lot of fun to sit back this weekend and see these things go back and forth and kind of this, you know, I've already been there. I've experienced this already, so that's why I'm kind of just taking a sit back and wait approach and a nonchalant approach to it. There's going to be plenty of bullshit. It's real early, man. There's going to be tons of bullshit between now and next year. And for those of you guys who are just starting to do this run, this time around, if you weren't here for the 2013 run, whether you're a content creator or just a viewer, there's going to be tons of, you wait. This is just the beginning. This is nothing. It's going to get worse. In fact, wait till I read you the plot leak in the next video. Woo! You want to talk about bullshit. Woo! But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Just have fun. Try not to get crazy. Try not to kill each other over these things. You know, if you want to believe this is real, then go ahead and believe it's real. I'm not going to sit and tell you otherwise. All I'm saying is don't get upset when it's not. And if it is real, try to be humble. Don't go trying to poking at other people's faces. Remember, we're all supposed to have fun with this. Let's not get crazy. You know what I mean? So that's it. Anyway, guys, that's it. I just said that twice in a row. Yeah, I did. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Click here to watch more content. Or you can click here to become an E.T.N. patron. Don't forget to leave a comment. Also, make sure you like and share this video. If you want to know when the next video is up, click the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And most of all, make sure to click that subscribe button for regular content.